Hey, yo, what the f***? This is a pally right here.
The late night flight is paid for by the following.
On the next episode of That's My Backup.
No, why is she bleeding? Who hit you? Who hit you?
It's a bunch of us. I'm a in the colony.
Hold on. Everybody on their mountain, everybody marching for a young nigga like me to get tsunami on it. I'ma get it, I'ma win it, baby. I'll be on my curry till I crash and bury 40 on the text. Yeah, I'm acting nerdy if it's at the Appalachian to the Appalachian. I'ma do whatever that they take to make a black a nation. Hold on.
And now, here are your pilots, the informative Hanif Sowell and the greatest Henny Badger who has ever lived, Nassour Nuru.
Yo. Listen, Hanif, 2021 has already turned out to be 2020. We could talk about Tracy Chapman winning $450,000 from Nicki Minaj off of publishing. We could talk about that. We could talk about Newark Airport Customs seizing nearly 9 pounds of mystery bushmeat. I didn't even know what bushmeat is. That is African rodent meat. So why the hell are you bringing honey badger meat to the States and trying to give us Ebola? We already got enough going on with COVID right now. It's crazy. But we start with the storming of the Capitol. What the is going on, Hanif?
The whites are whiting. Like, they literally, like we really are seeing white people storm the U.S. Capitol in today's time, 2021. They really ran up in the Capitol and tried to shut it down. And I think it's crazy. And like listen to what they saying.
I made it like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution. Oh my God. It's like Woodstock all over again, man. Oh my God. Yo, somebody tell Tennessee Karen to calm that the down, yo. Let's play it one more time. You want to play it one more time, Hanif?
Sure.
Why not? Let's do it.
I made it like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Yo, this is crazy. So, like, it's a level of caucasity that tells white people that this is okay, right? And I don't know that everybody who's involved understands the repercussions of what they just did. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went and showed that there's a breach, that you can go to the Capitol in large numbers and cause a ruckus and actually cause some damage. And what other structures are, sacred that aren't as protected? I think it's a little bit deeper than that, but there's going to be some ramifications that follow this. It's going to be crazy.
So I'm going to assume, Hanif, that this is the way to get a free tour at Capitol Hill.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, the dude, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. The dude was was it a dude or a woman that was where Nancy Pelosi usually be at with the gavel and all that good stuff?
Yeah, it was a guy. He sat at Nancy Pelosi's desk. He wrote a note saying, "We'll be back." He took mail from her desk. They took her laptop. Like, they really, think about this. Think about what sort of information she could potentially have had compromised, whose hands it could be in at this moment. Like, this
she probably had a love letter to Chuck Schumer under her desk.
It's shit serious, man. They bugged out with that.
Oh my God. And then 4 people die. The first one was a young lady from California, you told me, right? She was from California.
Yeah.
And this is how a president, I don't even know, what is the name of a crime where you committed murder, but you don't have anything to necessarily do with it, but you are, responsible for the murder because this is based on your upheaval?
Right. So I think it's definitely conspiracy at play. And could be, I don't know if it's felony murder but if they determine that Donald Trump incited that riot, there should be, and there possibly be repercussions where he ends up in jail.
Okay. And America, we just want to say to you that we know this was a bad thing, but please give us credit, because we could have said the one thing that we are going to say. We could have said it. We're not going to say it. I'm going to say it right now, but just applaud us for not letting you know what is the truth. Because if it was 40,000 black people on that porch, okay, it would be a mass murder and nobody would have got in trouble for it.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some pally right here.
Since Trump got banned from social media, will this be the last we see of him?
Essentially, Donald Trump has been banned from every American social media network, from Twitter to Reddit to Pornhub. Like, there's no social media outlet that's going to allow him to speak. And it's a sign of something bigger, right? Because Donald Trump essentially incited what happened at the Capitol on Wednesday. And people are finally recognizing his power base and what he can do. And they're trying to Monday morning quarterback and stop it. It's too late, though, at this point, because all Donald Trump is going to do is he's going to partner with or create his own platform where he is still going to be able to talk to his people and get them to do what it is that he wants them to do. That was just like one of those like test runs to see like what I could get off. And Donald Trump has been pushing that envelope for the last 4 years. And this time, he literally was trying to stop Congress from certifying Joe Biden as the president. And he was successful for about 12 hours. But it's like it's a dictatorship move. He's trying to do a coup, but he doesn't have it well organized. But if he does get organized, like Donald Trump could potentially be a third party dangerous person in the United States, in my opinion.
Before I play the before and after of Donald Trump, I just want to say he should be friends with these African national leaders, because no one does military coup like our African presidents, all right? The African militaries, they know how to do a military coup. Trump, you want to do a military coup? You should have went to Zimbabwe, man. You would have made this happen. Are you kidding me? I mean, you know, I don't want to give this man no flowers. I don't. I want to be, even though this is a bad thing, because everyone is saying this is insurrection, this is treason. Okay, you want to say that. This is all I'm going to say. You know, how would Democrats feel that time when Al Gore lost, even though he won the popular vote? What if 70 million upset white men and women with sweater vests and tight jeans in 2001 started storming the Capitol Hill and been like, nah, Gore's our president. Al Gore's our president. Come on. I wish that would have happened. Really wish that would have happened. No one wanted George Bush in that seat that time. No one wanted that. Not even Republicans. They was like, yo, we really won that? Oh, we got it. We got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing about Trump, even though all this, like you said, he's not planning this well. This is not a planned operation. See, Ice Cube and Exhibit, they had it right. They blew up the side of Capitol Hill. They everything up. They made sure this president wouldn't die. You know what I mean? But what you have is just normal people who are, you know, just upset, I guess, for whatever reason. I don't know. Just upset. Trump feeds them a line. Like, all right, let's check it out. Here goes Trump feeding you a line before you get soup to go do some and I'm talking to you, poor white people.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Now, that's that. That's before. That is before they start storming the Capitol, okay? And then once Van Jones and other people on CNN said this guy is committing treason and this guy needs to go away right now, and Mike Pence is like, oh, nah, this is not my man's like that. I don't even know why he did that. He turns around and do this.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
He found out that he could have actually went to jail. He was like, oh, nah, we can't do that.
So he's still doing the dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing the dog whistle by saying, you know, they took the election from us and we see how they moving and this, that, and the third. But like you said, he's also aware that there's some very real implications here, because he went so far to he lost support from his own vice president. He lost support from all of the major Republicans. So now what you have is, what can potentially happen is Donald Trump gets impeached. Once they do the impeachment, he loses all of the privileges of being a former president, which is his briefings, his Secret Service detail, and he's susceptible to criminal prosecution. So now that all these people they were really scared, like, yo, they could potentially harm us. If they would have got to where they saw Nancy Pelosi, I have no doubt that they would have did something to her. If they would have saw Mike Pence, I have no doubt that they would have tried to do something to him. And these people are like, whoa, we got to stop this. And like you said, this man has 75 million people who are on record as supporting him. Think about the other 25, 30 million who just didn't show up to vote, but they still, you know, share his views and his ideas. So now the country, or Congress, and the new president, the new administration, they have to decide what to do with Trump. And my prediction is he'll probably end up in somebody's jail.
Have you watched the new Fast and Furious, the Hobbs and Shaw?
I did. I saw it.
Okay, so Rock and Jason Statham, they had to go all the way to Samoa, right? To go get a bunch of people, to go get a bunch of technology to go fight Idris, right?
Right.
Think about that for a second, okay? So but the point I'm making is non-government people have money to do big time shit. Think about what we about to talk about next. And I'm not even trying to segue America. I'm just being real. 36 billion people, $36 billion have been took, all right? We're talking about improper payments from fraud, all right? $36 billion. And America is scratching their head like, I can't believe they did this. This is the worst thing that happened in American history. If you can steal 36 billion from America, I mean, do you really have to be on the government side of this? Think about that for a second. This is like Star Wars, the time when Anakin Walker turned on Obi-Wan Kenobi. And even though he basically got killed in the process, lost his leg and one of his arms in the process, he turned out to be Darth Vader. And they can't stop Darth Vader. It took them 2 movies to stop Darth Vader. America, you have cut this man's leg off. America, you have cut this man's legs off. You have cut his arm off. Unfortunately, you haven't cut off his brain.
If scammers stole $36 billion in unemployment benefits, why are we still working?
The working man is a sucker. That's a famous line from the movie The Bronx Tale. So here you have the pandemic, everybody stressing over money, we waiting on stimulus checks, and Congress throws a bunch of money into the economy, right? And this is where I kind of feel the Republicans a little bit, because you just made all of this money available. There's so much pressure to get it out, that you're not doing your normal checks and balances. And the people who are savvy enough saw it and took advantage of it, and they walked away with $36 billion. Where that money is going into the economy, who knows? You know what I'm saying? It might be the reason why Bitcoin is at 40,000 a share right now. But people took advantage of that opportunity. And the scary part of it is that it could be non-Americans who took that money and is going to use it against us.
I'm going to just go ahead and say that all the people that got this $36 billion in unemployment fraud, they were the ones that stormed the Capitol. Who the else has the time? Who else has the time to just go ahead and just do some illegal on a Wednesday? I'm just saying, who has the time to do it? I'm going to just wake up today. I'm from Tennessee. Hey, Hanif, what's going on? I'm chilling. Nothing. Yo, what you about to do? Hey, man, you know what? I ain't got to do. I'm about to just take a quick flight to Washington, D.C. and just watch Trump supporters up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is white privilege to another degree. And I'm not knocking white people. I'm pretty sure white people over here like, yo, that is some white privilege. Like, that is crazy. We're talking about people, millions and millions of people in America have to work, period. That's just what you have to do. That is the most valuable resource in America right now, working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers weren't working, all right? And found some way to crack down doors, cosplay Nancy Pelosi, cosplay Mike Pence, cosplay Sergeant at Arms. They even had some recon dude fly down through the rope like it was one of them movies and shit. I thought Jason Statham was gonna hop out the helmet and beat people up and shit. This was like, it was a beautiful disaster.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some palace right here.
If Dr. Dre and Kanye West are going through divorces, why should I get married?
Let me get this right. Dr. Dre just gave up $2 million quick, like no problem. Like, listen, look here, Nicole. I talked to my lawyers. We're going to give you $2 million. You do got to use this money to pay your lawyers, but I'm going to give you an emergency $2 million, no problem. You know, just handle yourself. She like, all right, that's fine. I'm going to accept this, but I really want $5 million a month from you. And he's like, okay, this is why you have to pay the lawyers with the $2 million I'm going to give you. I'm pretty sure he's playing that up to make sure he can say that to the judge. Like, yo, look, I'm hooking it up. But at the same time, I just had, you know, my mind, I had a brain aneurysm. I'm listening to beats hella loud. I need to just chill out. You know, I'm not working like I used to. I don't know about this $5 million, doc. I mean, hey, judge, Your Honor, she can get $300,000. She can get $400,000. But I don't know about this $5 million. And then Kanye West, which is very, very interesting to me because he has 4 kids with Kim Kardashian. 4 kids in 6 years. And y'all already about to split? That's how you know they were both rich before. Because honestly, it's hard for me to even give up my wife if I had 1 kid. Like, I don't know about that because that's a lot of money on the line. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be about my money, but that's a lot of money on the line. That's like, ain't that the same number of kids OJ had with? Or was it 2? Whatever it was 4 or 2 too many for OJ. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I'm talking about. But listen, I'm just saying, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, this man has a monastery where only his kids go to this school. I don't know if he can afford that anymore.
Well, Kanye's a billionaire, so I'm sure he could. Dr. Dre, on the other hand, I think there were greater powers at play in the Dr. Dre situation because him and his wife is going through a messy divorce, right? So the new year comes, he has a brain aneurysm. She was asking for $2 million a month in spousal support. And while he was in the hospital, some thugs tried to run in and burglarize his home. And then he ended up signing over a $2 million payment that is going to cover her until the next court date on his hospital bed. So what I think happened was she sent the spirits after him. She put a root on him, and he got so scared that he was like, listen, take this bad juju off of me. I'll give you the $2 million, and then we'll figure out something else later down the road.
So that's your reach of the day, huh?
I think that's what happened, yes.
So your reach of the day is that she Suge Knighted Dr. Dre.
Yes, with using spiritual powers, yes.
Okay, fine.
And we already know that Kanye is already under a spell. Him and Kim spent Christmas together. He bought her 4 Maybach Benz trucks at $200,000 a pop.
I heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still like very much family oriented. As far as the divorce goes, I think that, Kim Kardashian no longer wants to appease Kanye's erratic behavior in public. And she wants to create this image of herself that's far removed from the Kim Kardashian we know. Because we think about when we met Kim, we met her through...
we met her through every black athlete and celebrity. Let's be honest. We met her through every black athlete and celebrity. That's what we met her through.
Right. So you had the Ray J sex tape. You had the reality show. You had the Kim Kardashian, who was this tabloid personality.
Then she gave one to the white. She gave one to the white. She gave, she put a ring on Chris Humphrey's finger. She did do that, though. She did do that.
So here you have her. Now she's in law school. She's doing this initiative where she's trying to free people. Her image now becomes more refined, and Kanye keeps her in the tabloid spectrum because Kanye is erratic in the shit that he says on Twitter. He has a meltdown. He starts saying all this type of crazy stuff. And then she has to still play it calm and cool. Like, oh no, he just needs to take his meds. We're going to rectify this. We're still, in love and family and this and that. And I don't think she no longer wants to do that because when she becomes Kim Kardashian West Esquire, she wants to have a clean image attached to herself.
Clean. Clean. That's great. Clean. Have you seen these infomercials where Khloe Kardashian is talking about we need to heal. We need to heal people right now. Come join me. Have you seen this commercial?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to see this, man. Khloe Kardashian is out here playing Mother Teresa for something. I mean, okay, it may not be Mother Teresa, but definitely making herself seem as an advocate for a movement that is powerful and not reality showish, which is hilarious to me because this is the same woman. I don't even need a piece of paper for this, but let me just run down the list. Smarts, go ahead, put the beeps on. This is the same woman that has James Harden, Tristan Thompson. Matter of fact, it started with Lamar Odom, then James Harden, then Tristan Thompson. Now she got a whole nother boo right now in the NBA, okay? This is who's leading your movement? Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. I'm not saying that she can't move the way she moves. She can move any way she wants to. Look at Scottie Pippen's wife, all right? You can move any way you want to. That is not my concern. I'm just saying, if you're moving like that, is it okay to tell me to give money to African children? That's all I'm saying.
If you would like to be a guest on the Late Night Flight, hit me in my Facebook DM at Hanif Sowell or email us at thelatenightflight@gmail.com.
And now we have Hanif Sowell, the senior correspondent of the Light Skin Delegation. What the is that? Light Skin Delegation?
We, the Light Skin Delegation /Coalition/Network, did not authorize singer The Weeknd to turn into Jigsaw from the Saw movie series. He has taken his own lyrics, when I'm up, that's the real me, way too literal. We must remind all delegates that as we are in a dire fight to regain dominance, it is expressly prohibited for members to alter their appearance without express written consent from upper management, with the exception of our women getting Brazilian butt lifts or breast augmentation. It has also come to our attention that beard bonnets and velvet wave caps are becoming popular in men's self-care routine. While we do not reserve the right to tell our brothers how to groom, we do forbid the wearing of these things in public. Any one of our members caught taking selfies or posting with a bonnet will have their membership suspended for 30 days and fined $42. No further questions at this time. Push us through crowd.
Is it time for Lauryn Hill to finally give us a Miseducation sequel?
So the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is arguably one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. And with that being said, you have to ask yourself a few questions about it, because every now and again I go back and I listen to it and I hear it differently as I get older. And I'm not sure that I label that album the greatest album of all time because of where I was in the early 2000s when it came out, and what my mind frame was at that time. So when I go back today and I listen to it, like I did a lyrical breakdown of the X Factor, and essentially what the X Factor was Lauryn Hill in a tryst with another gentleman who's in another relationship. And Lauryn Hill is calling for this man to show up for her in a way that he's showing up for his wife. And she's heartbroken because that can't work. It was a sexual relationship. And that's the quintessential breakup song. When you listen to it and you're like, who do I have to be to gain some reciprocity? You should probably be his wife. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that album, I think it should be encapsulated for what it is. And I don't know that Lauryn Hill has what it takes to make a viable sequel that will resonate the same way that first album did.
So the best thing to do is basically never make it.
Yeah, just leave well enough alone.
In wrestling, some people say that some matches are better not done and told as a, what if, rather than to actually have it. There's probably more money in the theory rather than the actual reality of it.
Definitely.
The Miseducation album was so good. I mean, it was in itself, this woman was a one-woman band. She was SWV all in one, En Vogue all in one, TLC all in one. She could rap, she could sing, and her music, she does ballads. So her thing was, oh my God, it was a whole nother level of talent. The fact that it didn't transcend, that I think that's the most hurtful thing, honestly. Just me from an artist standpoint, man, that sucked, man. Because imagine what 10 years of Lauryn Hill would have looked like. The type of artist she would have collabed with. She was already ready to start doing music with Tupac. She did a joint with Nas that made Nas, like, really turned Nas into a super rap star, not just a rap star, like a super rap star. If I Ruled the World was a mega hit where he got to do his thing, like the way he rapped, and that turned into almost a #1 Billboard hit. If it wasn't, it definitely was. It was? Okay, so I don't have that in front of my face in order to, give you that type of fact like that. So I don't want to, just assume, but I'm pretty sure it was very, very high up on the billboards. It was definitely one of Nas's biggest hits in his career. And of course I would love to hear another Miseducation, but let's be for real. Like, that one is a standalone, is probably one of the greatest albums ever recorded, whether it was rock, rap, pop, whatever case may be.
It peaked at #3 on the Billboard chart.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some pally right here.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my.
Men can't handle if a woman takes the same liberties as them? Have you not been in college? Everybody takes the same liberties with each other. Are you serious?
Is Jasmine Sullivan's new EP, Heaux Tales, the new Confessions album?
This is my point.
Okay.
Right, so say for instance, if we're talking single people, right? And we're talking single people and having sex and introducing sex into dating. As a man, your ideal situation would be that if I'm not exclusive with anybody, I can date and have sex with whoever I want.
Of course,
right?
Absolutely.
And that can be multiple women. I seen Keisha on Monday. Keisha is not a real person, it's arbitrary. Right. But you know what I'm saying? I seen Keisha on Monday. I seen Shantae on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And I had sex with both of them in the same week. And that's cool. Right. And look, both of them even know that I'm not exclusive with them. So they just got it in their head that I'm potentially somebody else. Now, say, Keisha is like, I'm cool with that, but just know that I'm Brian and Tyrone as well. Why am I, as a single man, going to put any stipulation on who she's having sex with? And how does that make you a cuckold because you still choose to engage her even though you know she's dealing with other men?
Wait, I'm not talking about a single situation. I was talking about in a relationship.
Okay, I'm talking
about like when you're looking to be in a relationship with someone. Like, hey, I'm approaching you. I want to be with you. You say you want to be with me. What I'm saying, okay, but if we're going to do this, there's things that we have to give up, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, if you're in a dating situation, I see, look, I never complained about what you're doing when we're in a dating situation. I am making the complaint when we are both saying to each other, we should be with each other. Okay, we want to be with each other, fine. Hey, some things you got going on, you got to stop. Some things I may have going on, I have to stop. But that's just what has to be.
I don't think that's what she was. I think she was talking more so to my scenario in terms of being sexually liberated in a way where I can date multiple people and have sex with multiple people. You're not going to tell me that as a single man that you don't want some sort of sexual exclusivity with the woman that you're having sex with.
I don't have to have that. It's all about what the vibe is, though, Hanif. I mean, I get what you're saying. So now you're talking about just single. So again, goes back to my joke when I said, have you ever been in college before? Because that's what that was. Single people out here doing whatever they wanted to do. So I'm just saying that's been done. I like if we're still crying over that, I'm like, yo, what is going on?
It's the men. I think it's the men trying to put women in these boxes and saying like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be exclusive with you because I'm a man and I'm out here sowing my royal oats, but I don't want you nobody else. And women are trying to say, no, if you other people and we out here, we single.
Again, that's some brittle. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say. My bad, bro.
No, I mean, like it's a free for all. You can date whoever you want until you determine that we're going to be exclusive, right? And then you say to yourself, but see, this is where women always cheating comes in because nobody ever has that conversation, right? So what you do is you go from dating and everybody has their circle of people that they're dealing with. So now you say, okay, we're going to be exclusive. You know what I'm saying? But you already tried to put that stipulation on her. So now she's like, I know he can't handle the fact that when I say I'm going to girls' night, I'm really chilling with my man Tyrone. But I can't really tell him that because he's going to stop with me. And this is in the dating talking stage.
All right, so here, hold on. I wanna make sure I wanna go from your perspective. Because your POV, like your storyline is a little different from my storyline. Which is fine. I want to ride with you though, because don't I'm not really saying what you're saying. I'm just basically saying that if you don't know that you have the liberties to do whatever you want sexually as a single woman, then you're not even a woman I want to date because you're like, this is not 1974 anymore. Like I done seen sexually liberated women in 2001. Okay, like this is. I don't know why this is such an explosion in 2020. And if it is because men are finding some way to manipulate this idea that this is theirs and only theirs, but I have 8 other theirs as well, then woman, what type of men are you choosing in 2020, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, whenever this started to go this way? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all are choosing the wrong men for a decade now. Are you serious? I'm just saying, it's so corny. I can't believe that women really believe that this is like an actual angle. So you are because women, you know, women choose you, right? You do know this. You know, women choose the men that they want. You know this, right? Oh, okay.
Sure.
Because scientifically, here's the thing. It's a physical attraction thing. You don't know nobody from the inside. You know somebody from what you see.
Right.
So it's a physical thing. So women, and yes, I can say this as like, you know, I'm a short person. So my way of approaching women is very different. I am a high volume shooter. I have to talk to a lot of women to see if at least 10 women are like, yo, yeah, I'm down with that bullshit. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say if I was a 6-footer, like I'm going to have a better approach net of women coming towards me. I know it. You know what I'm saying? And these women may not know who I am. I could be a broke 6'1" person, but she likes what she sees. So she's going to go through the motion with me. And she may figure out that just because she likes me, I may not like her back. And I'm not telling her the truth. She's not telling me her truth. So now it's a problem going on. That's what always happens. This is a relationship problem because people do not know what they want to do in a relationship when they don't got to be with each other, but even if they're dating, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not that men are just like, yo, f it. It's more of like, yo, you choosing these dumb men. Like, yo, it's other men that don't think like that. If you're worried about egos, conquest, society, then you're not thinking enough of yourself. And that's sad. That's all I'm saying.
But I feel like society still has this. They put more of a moral compass on women, you know, from parents to family. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about how boys are raised versus how girls are raised, there's nobody in support of a woman being sexually liberated except for her and her friends. You know what I'm saying? Her father is not cheering her on when she's like, yo, you got 4 that's really feeling you. That's what's up. That's my girl. That's how you do it. Don't show nobody no love. But if his son was doing it, he's bigging that up like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's ingrained in our society for women to be pure. You know what I'm saying? And that's the underlying issue with everything. And what she's saying is no matter what type of man you deal with, just to be honest, like if she's openly dealing with multiple men, you by design aren't even going to consider her to be a realistic partner.
But hold on. But you can keep going. I have a question for you. Define realistic partner.
A wife. So say for instance, you dating a woman,
she's
right?
a wife now. Are you talking about like, can I look at her as a potential wife?
Correct.
That's what you say. Okay, now, you know, that's no disrespect. That's a rushed mindset. If I just meet you, if I just meet you, and even if I do tell my friends, like, you know how we talk as men, you'd be like, oh, is she wifey material? Something like that. And okay, I found out that she's talking to other men. I mean, okay, but like, okay, when am I finding this out? Because no one's, see, the problem with this is that no one's honest. This woman ain't going to tell me on the first date.
No, but
she probably won't even tell. She probably just me already and didn't even want to say nothing.
But say for instance, everybody's open and honest, right? So we dating, first, second date, we having conversations, and you know everybody's open. Yes, I am seeing other people.
Right.
She's like, okay, yes, I'm seeing other people, and you don't have to be explicit, but you could assume that somebody's other people, right?
Right.
So then now y'all start a sexual relationship. There's no conversation about whether y'all going to be exclusive sexual partners or not. So you know is that one weekend you trying to check like, yo, you want to kick it with me this weekend? And she's like, no, I got other plans. If she's going out and dealing with another man and say she's honest with you about that, like, you know, well, one of my guy friends is taking me out of town and we're going to spend the weekend together. I just wanted to be upfront and honest with you about that. At that moment, you are going to cross her off as a potential wife. I guarantee it.
Say the last part again, like to the part where you made sure that I would say I wouldn't make her my wife. I'm not mad at you. I like what you just said. I just let me hear that part one more time though. I want like the scenario. I like it. No, I like it. That was smart. Do it again.
All right. So you dating a woman and you call her up to see what her plans is for next weekend because you want to do something nice for her. How long am I in this relationship? Is this 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? What's going on here? Y'all already started fucking. Y'all been dating for a few months. Y'all fucking. Y'all have an intimate relationship. Y'all been spending a lot of time together.
Okay.
This one particular weekend, you like, hey, what's up? What's your plans for, next weekend? And she's like, well, I actually had plans with another one of my friends. He's taking me out of town. So I'm going to spend the weekend with him. So I'm going to be off the radar for that weekend. Just to let you know, I want to be upfront and honest with you because I care about you.
Gotcha.
At that moment, you would not end up in a serious relationship with that woman. You'll change the trajectory of that relationship.
And what's wrong with that, by the way?
Because if you're interested in her, right, and y'all are dating and y'all are enjoying each other's time, what does her dealing with another man? What implications does that have for you?
Oh, I see where you're going. See, okay. Let me enlighten you, my friend. Okay, I got you. So, yes, I can change the pace of the relationship, but that doesn't mean I stop seeing her.
No, but you're not going to consider her. I couldn't see you saying, listen.
You're moving too fast on that, though. No disrespect. I think that saying, like, to put that, like, on some real shit, if you meet a woman, just like a woman meets a man, that is open enough to say that she's dating other people, especially during a time where we're being more intimate than what we used to be, then you have to consider her actions as, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm moving too fast trying to get her to be with me if she's still running around. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can have that conversation with her like, yo, you ever thought about us being together? But I think that question needs to be there first before you just start diving in. But before you just do that.
In that situation, listen, because up until this point, there was no discussion of y'all being exclusive.
Okay.
Now you find out there's another man in the picture. Now you like, oh, I want to be exclusive now because you want to stop her from seeing that other man.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
not because
Go ahead.
It's not because you're generally wanting to be exclusive with her, because if that was the case, you would have already made that move or had that conversation.
And that's a bad mindset by a man. A man should not be on it like that. That's where you have to change the transition. Oh, she's seeing other people. Oh, and she's willing to spend a weekend with a motherfucker, and she's off the radar, and she's definitely going to call me in a couple of days anyway. Oh, nah. See, this is the Love Joan problem. This is the thing that happened in Love Joan, because she old boy when she went down there like a dummy.
Right.
Like a dummy. Let's rewind and say it again. Like a dummy.
It wasn't like a dummy. It was real. It was. That was the real thing that would happen in that scenario.
No, it was. It's a real dummy move, though. Still dummy.
She still ended up with him. He was still mature enough to where.
After how long?
After how long? Past that.
After how long? How long?
What you mean?
What you mean? How long?
When she came back.
Bro, how long did it take for them to really get back, though? Remember, they got mad with each other, left because of all that. Bro, this is what I'm trying to help you understand. I get what you're saying, but please understand what I'm saying as well and add both of them together, because we're going to get to what they're equal to. What you just said is fine. They got back together, true, but then they had complications, problems because of that underlying stuff. She went out with Bill Bellamy, and she wasn't trying to like Bill Bellamy. She was just, she wanted to be around the friends again. But again, she couldn't be super honest about it. So it turned into like some funny, dumb date, because Bill Bellamy is a motherfucker that would have dated her and would have tried his best to her, even though in his mind, he should have known that's Lorenz Tate chick. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the point I'm making with all that is they wound up, having a reconciliation, but they still wound up getting mad, slammed the door on each other and left. And even on the last day that she was about to leave off, he missed her. He tried to drive off, because at the end of the day, of course he loved her. But it's too much bad blood that went on. That real thing that happened was real dumb of her. She could have went, but she ain't had to go f*** him. I get that, okay, that's what basically can always happen. But these are just hear me out. This is the mindset that needs to stop, though. Seriously.
And I agree. Our mindset as men, we have to hold ourselves accountable in that situation, because what he could have done is if Lorenz Tate in that moment was like, yo, nah, I'm not cool with that, she probably wouldn't have went back.
Right, but he didn't know what to say because they're in a dating situation. You know what I mean? You got to keep it. That's the problem with this. with this, like with women jumping up and accusing men for their lack of sexual liberation instead of looking in the mirror at their own sexual liberation. That up the dilemma because she could have easily said, yo, I'm going down here. I know this is my ex, but it's his family, da-da-da-da-da. I am not this motherfucker. I'm just going down there. There's a lot of support. I'm coming right back to you, boo. But she ain't say it like that. You don't mind, do you? Like, it's like some stupid It's a guessing game because people do not know how to communicate. A lot of women that choose these men, probably a lot of your Facebook friends, probably, the men that they choose probably do not know how to communicate, do not have no sense of articulation.
No. What I'm saying is that that's a rare situation where all three men know that they're dealing with this woman and she's compartmentalizing it like, yo, you know I only see you on Friday and Saturday. Monday and Tuesday is reserved for him. Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? If she compartmentalized that and everybody's aware of it, most men's ego cannot handle that.
I mean, you don't think so?
I don't think most men's ego can handle it.
So, okay, all right. So, give me a scenario. So, a woman told me that, you know, Nas, Nasor, and whatever the I am, you know what I'm saying? Yo, young man, you have my availability on Monday and Tuesdays. But I want you to know that don't call me on Wednesday, Thursday, because that's for Hanif.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Like, I got Monday and Tuesday. I'm fine. What is the problem here? Seriously. Like, what type of men are women talking to? Wow, like, I can't believe that this is going on.
Because here's the normal thing of what happens is that when a man knows he's only Monday and Tuesday, right? He typically shuts off his pursuit in a certain way. Like, so if he's comfortable with, all right, I got a Monday and Tuesday and we just having sex, I'm going to compartmentalize that. You know what I'm saying?
But with every choice, there's consequences in life. That's just life, man. Choices and consequences. If you're only giving me 2 days and you are someone that I really, really like, and this is where emotions are something that people are trying to lessen of themselves. Because think about it. I may like you more than you like me. So if I exercise too much lust for you, that you're not even basically reciprocating back to me, I'm going to look like a fool. I honestly may have to suppress that because, hey, at the end of the day, I still got 2 days out the week. So if anything, just hear me out. If anything, whenever I'm ready to be done with this, I could just be like, yo, I gave somebody the Monday and Tuesdays you gave me. So I guess this is it. I'll see you later. Good to meet you.
Right.
But that has to be that. And it can't be some mean, atrocious towards either sex at this point. I mean, It's mutual. We got to get back to mutual, not who's the pro and who's the con, just mutual benefit.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore because it's not science anymore. It's so much. When you have money and Bitcoin and house and it's just so many different things that's not to the science of who you're physically attracted to.
So back to the original clipping where she says it's our fault too. I think that's a lesson in accountability for women where she's saying they do have to stop telling men that this is theirs exclusively and it not being exclusive.
But
right?
let's come on some real shit. Honestly, if you check out how she said it at the end real quick. Like, oh yeah, you know, we got our faults too. Like, that's what it sound like though. It's condescending as
But it's just a competition mindset, right? The only reason why we care, listen, you care about, say for instance, the situation where like, all right, Monday, you got Monday and Tuesday, I got Wednesday and Thursday, some got Friday and Saturday, and she do self-care on Sundays, right? Say for instance, she switched it up and was like, yo, I'm actually giving Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to Hanif now.
Okay.
And I'm reducing you down to Monday.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
your ego could not handle that.
See, you, first of all, can you ask me that instead of like assuming that? Because that's wild crazy. That's not nice. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. For radio purposes, I'm cool with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, as a human being, I'm like, yo, why are you doing that to me? Like, why are you forcing an idea on top of my mind like that? Like, like you would do that shit. No, I would not. Like, stop. That's not nice.
All right. So if she reduced you down to just Monday,
right?
You like, what would your feelings be?
No, but tell me what you thought my feelings should be, so I can see where you going with it.
I might have been projecting onto you, because as a man, for me personally, if I know I got 2 days and I've already made myself fine with like, yo, this is just my 2 days, and then she says that she's reducing my days and giving it to somebody else, I'm gonna feel like I'm losing now. Like, I'm going to not feel like there's an equitable share. So now I'm being pushed down the rung.
Okay, so
and in that instance, my mind is like, okay, well, I want to continue to be in this situation because I don't want to lose my spot to another. If I got to already share my spot with I don't want to lose ground at the same time.
Okay,
so now
so
I
hear
got
me
to
out.
remove myself.
So hear me out. What you have is a competitive mindset. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Here's something that you also should know. You're not less of a man for not having a competitive mindset when it comes to this. There's two streets to walk on that one. Because I am the type of person that I don't need to compete with another man for your affection. You already know what you're doing.
Right.
You already made the decision that you reduce my day. Now, I want to tell you something. I'm gonna give you a quick story. Quick, very quick. Not even a story. Quick, real quick. The woman I used to be with before I wound up working at Dish Network, that's the one I wound up having. This woman, I broke up with her my first day of working at Dish Network. I just couldn't take it. Like, I was unemployed for like 2 months with this woman, and I was just mad, and she just kept bothering me. It wasn't her fault. I didn't like the communication. Like, I'm upset with myself. She's upset that I'm upset with myself. I don't want to put that on nobody. I'm like, I can't do this with you. I called her, broke up with her. Let me tell you something, bro. So maybe like 4 or 5 months later, I got myself together, bought my Monte Carlo, whatever the case may be. And then I did hit her back up because I felt better about myself.
Right.
Oh, yo, what's good? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, I even did some, I'm going to keep it real. Because it ain't going to go on a podcast, maybe. Who knows? She called me the next day. Was like, yo, was that you? I was like, yeah, that was me. I was going to stop by, say hello, but I see you was busy. She was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But she was like, you're not mad because, I could do what I want. I'm like, but I get nothing I could say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, I just want to say all that because here's the thing. I realized why she was around me. Like we started going back around each other. Because I did like her. Don't get me wrong, I ain't like her, but I liked her enough to I wanted to. And she was like, yo, why did you break up with me? I never told her. I ain't tell her for like 7 more months. But then I just got aggravated with her. And I just told her. And you know what she did when she found out? She left. She wanted to just know. If I would have told her the day I broke up with her, why I broke up with her,
right,
I would have never heard from her again, which is fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to take, like, that's the point that I'm making. Like, you got to take the consequences to these things.
Right.
Like, everybody, human emotions are different, but we're being so competitive about it. Like, oh, I'll show more emotion. I mean, I show less emotion than you. So I'm just like, I'm more. Some women be like, yo, I'm more of a man than you, motherfucker. Like, it's some crazy, stupid that doesn't matter. If you just tell me what it is. Yo, honestly, if a woman, so the reason why I said all that is, let's say a woman did reduce my day. I could do 2 things. It's a red pill, blue pill. It's just like the Matrix. Because one way you can be like, all right, I'm going to ask her, hey, Belinda, listen, why did you reduce my day? May I know? And she could tell you anything. She could be like, yo, I don't like your small energy. Or I don't like what you did last week. Or, yo, when I asked you to cash at me $60 for something, you gave me $30. Like, I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She could say, I'm just saying, she could say anything, right?
Right.
She could say anything, right? But here's the thing. If you got that information, you could do 1 or 2 things. Because if, you could either step your game up or whatever she's, upset about, or you could be like, oh, well, the one day, who gives a
Right.
It's a red pill, blue pill to things. It's not just this one way and just, drilling science on people. Because I get it. There's a lot of men that do some bullshit, but I don't get mad at it. You know why? Because these women pick them.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, look yourself in the mirror before you start talking that dumb shit. I no disrespect to this. I feel it because I feel Jasmine Sullivan's style and her music because it is pro-woman centric. I give it that.
Please subscribe and download to The Late Night Flight on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. Every subscription helps us towards our efforts in having a career in podcast radio broadcasting.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some Pally right here.